PWO, 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 PWO.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's Thursday night. It's time for some Podcast World Order. As always, I'm your host, Matt. Tonight, I have Hitman Jeff Hall with me.
Hello, hello.
We have Ben from Colorado.
Welcome.
And, as always, back by popular demand, it's Pat.
I still don't see where Pat is ever wanted by popular demand.
It's in the likes and the views.
And Ben, as the least favorite character of this podcast, does not like when I come up.
I don't know, Pat. I'm the only one who has, a full gimmick.
You have too many gimmicks. That's your gimmick.
You making up your own gimmicks is not a gimmick.
You're
So,
just Cat Daddy gimmick.
Guys, we have too much to talk about tonight.
Matt, let's hit those predictions.
Well, we're very quickly going to talk about what's going on there. All right. We're going to talk about some things that happened Tuesday on Impact. So one of the big things immediately was Chris Bay has lost the X Division title to Rohit Rashu, which surprised me personally. I really thought Chris Bay was going to get a longer run.
Same. I thought he was going to go on, not like the world's longest run, but I thought he was going to, get a little something.
Yeah, it was very surprising to me. On top of that, in the main event, the Motor City Machine Guns retained against the North. And I believe, Pat, you brought some interesting news concerning that to me recently.
Yeah, at least one of the North, if not both, contracts are coming up. In December is the rumor. AEW is very interested, obviously. So it'll be interesting to see. There was some rumors that their contract was actually for like another 2 years. So we'll see how that goes. But it'll be interesting to see if them dropping the titles is coincidence or not.
I mean, you bring back the Guns, and you're telling me that's not coincidence.
I mean, if they're going to be there for a while, Ethan Page could very well become a big time singles guy.
Yeah.
Regardless of if they leave or not, and that's going to be another thing to keep an eye on. But it'll be interesting. Ethan Page in particular was the one who his name came up as someone who AEW is very interested in.
I think his future is so bright, honestly. I love them as the North. I hope that they re-sign with Impact, and Scott D'Amore has hinted at maybe working out a deal with AEW about having some home-and-home matches between them and FTR, and I think that could really open up to a lot of really cool things. And coming up here on night 2, next Tuesday for Impact is going to be Emergence. So you should get your Eddie Edwards title defense. We're going to figure out what happened with EC3 stealing the TNA World Heavyweight title from Moose.
Make sure we clarify.
Yeah, right. The not real TNA World title.
Mm-hmm.
Defending it looks pretty real to me.
I can't argue with that.
Let me stop. Okay. The Matt Lilly
Don't
TNA
say
title.
All right. So moving on, let's talk about AEW, which we unfortunately did not get last night. Although we did get a replay of the first half of All Out from last year. They are having their show, which was moved due to the NBA. It's now going to be Saturday at 6:00. Meaning the first hour or last hour of that's going to interfere with TakeOver. But some spoilers have come out about this show, but a lot of that's in question following what happened in the Deadly Draw tournament on Monday.
And you guys are still shocked that I had that predicted correctly.
Ben, you had show in the semis. That's all I need to say about
You
that.
make one joke prediction and nobody takes you seriously
Look,
anymore.
here's the thing. I asked you if that was your legitimate prediction and you stuck with it. So that's where that's at. That's all I'm
just-
leaving it.
I just feel like it's not that one prediction. There may be another track record, but that's fair. Yeah, we'll roll with it.
So I'm skeptical on potential spoilers now, considering things have changed, at least on that level. But here are the matches current lineup. We have FTR versus Private Party, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus Dark Order, which is going to be Reynolds and Silver and Allen Angels. Darby Allin's going to be in action. We're going to have an Orange Cassidy in-ring interview, the first ever. A lot of people pumped up about that, which I think is hilarious. Lucha Bros and Butcher and Blade versus Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, Dustin Rhodes, and QT Marshall. And I don't know if anyone saw it on Dark, but they did tease some tension between Lucha Bros and Butcher and Blade, so maybe that could be something we're going to get here soon as well.
That's interesting.
We're going to have the final of the Deadly Draw Women's Tag Tournament, which is Nightmare Sisters versus Ivelisse and Diamante, which is the exact opposite of what the spoilers said. Spoilers had Swole Family versus TJ.
I've been saying this has been set up for the Nightmare Sisters to win, so people will finally take Brandy as an actual wrestler.
No.
I mean,
See,
them winning won't do that.
I've read that Brandy's going to be the one to turn heel.
Oh, imagine that. I agree to some extent. I called that they would be at the end at least. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're going to win it, but of course they're going to get the top. You know, they're going to take a spot and be on the show at the end.
Yeah, the other two are going to win because they need to build
Yeah.
women in that division. Allie's not going to be one, and neither should Brandy. So
Well,
I don't disagree
either, because Diamante got the pin over Ivelisse a couple of weeks ago. If they end up winning this tournament, and Ivelisse goes, "This is cool, but I still owe you one," and there we go.
exactly. Now you've got two more women to help your division.
Yeah.
Legitimate people to lose to Sheeta and Rose and Penelope Ford.
And I don't want to talk about the spoilers, but one of them has potentially a huge match for Sheeta at All Out. So we'll save that for Monday's review show when we get there. Because God, I hope that's true.
I'm just throwing this out there. If that does happen, spoiler free here. Sheeta will be down the pecking scale.
Former champion.
Former
champion and former top women's wrestler, because she won't
My
be.
only issue is, man, I'm tired of all these people holding two belts. So we'll leave that up to speculation.
You guys know how I feel.
But main event is Cody Rhodes versus Brody Lee for the TNT title. I'm torn on that one as well, because I don't know if he would really lose that belt before pay-per-view.
Let's just start the predictions then. Instead of talking about it, just let's roll with the predictions on them.
All right, so let's go with Pentagon, Phoenix, Butcher and Blade versus Jurassic Express and Natural Nightmares. Who do y'all have winning?
I hadn't seen the spot on Dark where
Neither have I.
they showed some tension, so I had Lucha Bros and Butcher and Blade because I feel like those guys are much more important overall to the tag division, so getting them to win is important.
I also have that. I think them winning is going to be what sets up the separation between the two.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah, I think Lucha. I think Lucha and Butcher and Blade are going to go over.
Darby Allin in action. Ricky Starks did cut a promo on him at Dark, so speculation it could be him versus Ricky Starks. leading to Darby Allin versus Cage at All Out, or maybe we're gonna get Starks versus Darby Allin.
I hope Starks gets him back for the tax spot.
I agree with you, but I think at this
It'll
point,
be Darby.
it looks like whoever Darby wrestles, not named Moxley, at this point, he's going over.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Who's winning the Deadly Draw, the women's tag tournament?
It's going to be the Nightmare Sisters, and when it's right, y'all are going to feel stupid.
We're not gonna feel stupid, show.
I'm really glad that Ben will have one to go on if he wins this one, because we are gonna hear about it the rest of 2020 that he had a prediction correct.
Man,
This
I hate to do this.
Diamante and Ivelisse.
I hate to do this, but man, I think Ben might be on to something.
No, Brandy's gonna turn heel.
I mean,
and then Allie's gonna help Butcher and Blade beat QT Marshall.
And Pat, you're probably right. I just wouldn't be surprised if they call their own number, though. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Pat, you're missing the obvious thing here that you forget about. I had most of my early 2020 predictions correct.
You didn't
Well,
really.
what was the
You
one you had
didn't
wrong?
really though. You had like
The one.
a lot of partial corrects and half truths.
No. Here's what I think we found Ben's one thing with predictions. Your one prediction that you had wrong from what your expectations for 2020 is the women's tag titles would be defunct. Women's tag team matches, man, I think that could be your weakness.
Maybe. It might be, but I still think.
And like all the other stuff, he didn't actually. A lot of those predictions were not correct. I don't know why you gave him so much credit for a lot of that stuff.
All right.
But we can run the tape back.
It is the Elite versus Dark Order. Who do y'all have?
I want to say Dark Order, but it's going to be the Elite. Unless Brody interferes, bringing Cody out, which I don't think they'll do.
Here's my thing. I would say maybe Dark Order if it was Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, but it's Reynolds and Silver.
Oh yeah, then
Then it's
Elite.
Yeah.
I tend to agree with if it was Grayson and Evil Uno, and you guys are probably going to be right on that in the sense that like it'll set up Grayson, Evil Uno, maybe Colt Cabana 6-man tag. But I'm a big Dark Order fan, and for some reason people don't think that they're a serious threat. So I'm gonna go Dark Order because I think Saturday might be a statement night for the Dark Order.
Pat, I think. I agree with you. I just think that they've lost. I think they kind of have a little bit of that Dolph Ziggler. They've lost so much on TV that. I mean, and they've been winning,
and they haven't really. It's these guys have lost so much. Grayson and Evil Uno haven't really lost at all, except the tag match they've had.
Agreed.
Which is why they should have put the belts on them. Also,
looks like a bad look.
I agree, but that's why I have a feeling like Saturday might be the Dark Order's night. Maybe Grayson and Uno get involved. Maybe this is Colt Cabana's official.
Maybe Anna Jay challenges Sheeta.
Something. I just have a feeling. I don't know. So there's going to be some shenanigans. They're going to win that 6-man tag, and I'll keep my Brody Lee prediction for when we get there.
It seems like they almost want to pull the trigger on them, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like they flirt with it sometimes, and they don't.
The obvious move is that they should become the major foil to the Elite at this point,
but it's still the inner circle. I mean, they've kind of separated the two of them, but still in terms of just like AEW, it's either like at the top of the card, it's always inner circle or Elite.
No, I think you're right.
They are the people who do draw the most.
Yeah.
Look at the breakdown.
I think you're right. I just think the optics are bad because like they're just always again, they're not getting beat, but like if you just turned in like if you were a casual fan, you turn it on every week, you'd be like, man, like the guys in the mask are just getting beat all the time. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Agreed. And that's why I think you got at some point you got to dig your toes in the sand. And I think this might be the night. Maybe they get it done with the help, like I said, Grace and them. I do think they're bringing some gold home on Saturday.
Do the Elite bring in papers to throw at Inner Circle? Because
Nah, that's gimmick infringement on Brody Lee. Can't infringe on the boss.
see, but then that brings out Brody Lee, which sets up.
Nah, I think that becomes too much of a convoluted situation. That looks a little bad, I would think. That's as much as people want to give AEW crap on that, they don't typically do that.
I'll be right back, guys. Sorry.
You're good.
Bye, Jeff.
So we're on a 3-man show for a quick minute.
Yeah.
Main event time: Cody Rhodes versus Brody Lee.
In the Revival Wrestling?
Oh yeah.
Or, excuse me, FTR. Excuse me.
FTR versus Private Party. Does anyone have Private Party?
I think FTR.
Yeah.
Is this FTR's first like tag, like
No.
two-man tag?
No, they're 5-0 in tag matches.
Okay, I didn't realize they were 5-0. Although, have they been doing a lot on Dark? Because I don't watch Dark.
That's good.
Like
A lot of
both.
that's been on TV.
Okay,
They've
I'm talking
won
like it's just FTR versus another duo.
Yeah,
Not
yeah, they're 5-0 in
Yeah,
tag.
they beat Butcher and Blade. They beat
okay.
I think maybe Kiss and
Yeah.
Janela.
Okay.
Yeah.
They beat Cutler and Avalon on Dark.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I mean, that doesn't change. The prediction that.
yeah, well,
FTR is gonna
especially
win.
last week with them attacking Rock and Roll Express. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I really have a feeling it's gonna be triple threat for the tag titles between Young Bucks, FTR, and Hangman and Omega. That's where I think that's going. So now main event time: Cody versus Brody Lee, and I think I'm with Pat on this. Dark Order, it's time.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be. I mean, they've got to. I don't think you can have them get knocked down a second time like this.
No.
When Brody's in a position to go over, like you've invested a ton in this Dark Order storyline, and while I think it's been built, the slow build has been good. I do think like it's at the point now where like if you have Brody go down and lose, like now it's kind of like, well, what's the point to him getting any more title shots?
I agree.
If
Pat.
he's
The concern is who does Cody face it all out because he doesn't have a match yet.
I mean, he could get a return. I mean, he could get a
Yeah,
rematch.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if
Yeah.
he beats Brody, like, where do we go from here for him?
If he beats Brody
We have-
clean, it'll probably be like I could see like a Cage or something doing it. But if
You could
they
always swing
want to
back to Archer too.
yeah,
Jericho.
who?
Jericho, I don't think he is
Oh,
a match
Jericho.
for All Out yet either.
Yeah. No, I think is he not facing Orange Cassidy?
Nah, that was last week.
Okay. I meant for All Out.
No,
Okay.
not yet.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go there for the
Tiebreaker.
rubber match. Yeah, for the third.
Yeah.
Time.
Right now, if I'm booking it, I could see it being like a disqualification type of thing.
Brody's got to win.
Oh, I totally agree. Brody should win. But like if they want to, book this storyline down the road instead of just being like, it's an open challenge. If you want to book it down the road, kind of have, Brody somehow get disqualified and then have everybody in Dark Order kind of come down, just like beat up Cody or the people at ringside. And then that's kind of how you book that.
Yeah, I think Brody's got to end the night with the title.
Yeah.
I think I just think it's got to happen. Don't put him in this match if you're not going to have him go over.
I agree.
Agreed. Especially if you're trying to pull this off as being something special since it's moved to Saturday and you're pushing that this is big. There's something big that happens.
Yeah, especially because this is the only title match on the card, and nothing else really feels to have a big match kind of feel to it.
I mean, the women's tournament finale, but
not
everyone
really.
wants to kind of rip on that. But that's been like a thing
Well,
pushed.
I feel like they should rip on it because you've prioritized Brandy again, which is the wrong move because she's not any good in ring.
I think that's incorrect.
I don't think she's any good at all in ring, and
But I think the point
whether or not she purposely does it, because she does a great job outside of TV in her role.
Mhm.
Like people,
She's kind of blah at what she does. She doesn't really stand out. As a person and what she does for AEW as a company, she is great in her role.
Yeah, I'm with you in there. I mean, I said this earlier this week, like she shouldn't be in the finals. I was really hoping the spoilers were correct on that. I kind of wonder if they went back and retaped because spoilers were let out.
Yeah.
But I do think there's this whole push for them to have more time for women, and you've created an entirely different show for Monday, so you have that like, hey, we've been doing this, here is the blow off of it, and you're going to get at least some storyline from it.
Yep.
That's where I think that is at least significant. Once again, wish it wasn't Brandy in that spot.
now again, this is where if you do it right and they lose, and then you have Allie cost QT and the Natural in that 8-man tag, now you've got two separate storylines you've set up, and you've built two women's wrestlers, and that's good. But that's like the only result out of that should happen. Otherwise, like, you just had two. I mean, even Allie's not someone I want to see in ring. She's a valet, she's a manager. They're not good in ring, so like it does definitely take a big shot at the women working in your division to have them win it. And I like the worst thing about this is like, and this is where WWE has ruined me as a fan. Like I could totally see them winning this match and somehow getting disqualified because they go back and show how Allie cheated for them to get to be on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so we don't address that for weeks, and then like we're gonna do it now that she wins.
That'll drive me insane.
That's like WWE booking, so hopefully
Yeah.
we don't see that. But like, that's my fear. Jeff, who you got? Brody Lee and Cody.
I think Brody Lee. I mean, I think that they set this thing up to come to a head right here, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's now or never for Dark Order. Like he's got to win the belt, right?
I agree with you. I mean, I think like we said, minutes ago, if these guys don't have any gold or any titles or any like marquee wins, then they're just existing. And as much as I love Cody, I mean, if he can only elevate and beat people for so long, with this TV titles situation, which has been great. Don't get me wrong. I still think they mishandled the Scorpio Sky. He could have just wrestled another indie guy, not even touched Scorpio Sky, but we'll save
Scorpio should have won the belt. Yeah, Scorpio should have won the belt.
Yeah.
And if you don't want him to win the belt, that's fine. Don't have a wrestle Cody then. Yeah, don't put him in there.
Which is the same thing I'm saying about Brody. Like, you don't put him in here to eat a pin for Cody. Cody doesn't need that win.
And going back and I actually watched that match a couple of days ago, and so you're telling me Warhorse gets like 4 or 5 more minutes against Cody than Scorpio Sky does? I don't know about that.
Well, the word from that is that was cut short to include the Sheeta versus I can't remember who she faced match. Matt, match on the card. Like that's supposedly the reason why.
And Matt, you may, I mean, you're probably correct, but I just don't I don't want to live in a world where that happens, unfortunately. But
and
yeah. So yes, they need to put the belt on Brody so he can start calling shots. I mean, the optics of it'll be good if he's standing up there with the belt, with a suit on, telling people what to do, like,
mhm.
for what it's
All
worth.
right. We got to move on to NXT because otherwise we're going to go over, and we can't do that. So, NXT TakeOver 30, or as they're calling it, Triple X.
Vin Diesel's coming.
Well, it's Velveteen Dream. So, and that's the closest we getting on that one.
Ask your boy Trips. He all about it.
We're
The
moving
company
on.
man.
We're moving on.
Moving on.
We're moving on from that.
On to Cincinnati.
This is not what we're.
On to Cincinnati.
We're not going to address those concerns.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah. So, what we missed yesterday is Velveteen Dream did beat Finn Balor to qualify for the ladder match. Johnny Gargano defeated Ridge Holland with a scary botch halfway through the match. Looked like Gargano was actually legitimately badly injured. And the word is that they stopped the taping, and afterwards Gargano actually went around and apologized to everyone for being a reason that tapings were extended way past due.
Ooh.
Yeah. Gargano, horrible heel, good person.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, let's roll into these predictions because this is. I've never been so underwhelmed by an NXT card, maybe ever.
I don't know. In your
Since-
house, it's pretty underwhelming.
In Your House was also underwhelming, but like, man, these last couple of NXT shows, not bringing the fire.
So here you go. We're gonna get Finn Balor versus Timothy Thatcher, which I think could be a good match, but it feels a little thrown together at the last minute.
And nobody
Oh, God.
cares about Timothy Thatcher.
See, I think this is Thatcher's win.
He might be, but I'm just saying nobody cares about him.
Like Timothy Thatcher.
Yeah. Thatcher needs the win more than Balor to validate who he is.
Balor been getting run down on NXT, man.
Yeah, but
Balor
Balor needs.
Leader of Retribution.
Apparently, Balor Club means losses in NXT.
Yeah. He needs to bring the Demon King back out.
Ugh, I hope they don't call it the Demon King. That was another Raw blunder.
That's right, because it was just the Demon.
Yeah. All right, Jeff, who you got?
I'm gonna go Balor because I just feel like I like to see Thatcher get a win here, but I just feel like you guys are right. Maybe they're, again, you don't want him having that Dolph Ziggler or old school Bray Wyatt. You know what I mean? Or just put him with Balor. You know what I'm saying? Well, we don't know what to do with him. We'll put him at Balor. You know what I mean?
That's what's going on with him right now.
I that's what I'm saying. So I hopefully he'll get out this rut, but we'll see.
Me and Matt talked about this at dinner. If we have time, we'll bring it up tonight.
Okay.
I think we will. We're doing pretty good on time so far,
Yeah.
but we'll keep rolling. Right now, we got about 32 minutes left.
Lightning.
Up next, we have a triple threat tag team match to determine the number one contender for Imperium's NXT tag team titles. It is Breezango versus Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch, 1-2 punch. Versus Legado del Fantasma, Joaquin Wilde, and Raul Mendoza.
Matt finally got the name right.
It just took over a year.
Also, this match is going to be on pre-show.
I don't know if NXT is going to have a pre-show.
According to the Wikipedia page, which we all know from high school English, is not a reliable source. But according to the Wikipedia page for TakeOver 30, this is the pre-show match.
I got Phantasma.
Oh,
I hope they keep building them. I like those guys.
I really like that stable as well.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Escobar, not 205 pounds. That boy is thick.
Yeah, I agree.
I love me some. Oh God, wasn't it King Cuerno?
Yeah.
I love me some King
Yeah.
Cuerno.
He was
That boy,
great.
not a-
That whole gimmick was great.
You're right. Man, these matches are all kinds of out of order.
And if I can throw it in real quick, and so was Cobra Moon.
Leading into that, Io Shirai defending the NXT Women's title versus Dakota Kai, who is gonna have Raquel Gonzalez at ringside. Guys, is Dakota Kai winning the women's title?
I think I got to go with Bay here. I think I got to go with my Bay.
Oh,
Who's your Bay?
I love me some Dakota Kai.
look at there.
He's a team kick guy.
Yikes. Me and Ben, I'm sorry. I don't mean to get on you so much. Me and you just have polar opposite opinions all the time. I'm
Matt,
sorry.
you're just a Japophile.
Hey,
you know,
well, yeah, yes, him and Matt, yes, but this is why.
First
No,
of
but this.
all, I love-
This is Japan,
I
Pam. I
love-
don't want to hear it.
I love all women equally. All women are equally beautiful. But yeah, Io is just way much. First of all, way more of a smoke show, yes. But also, she is a way better wrestler. And unless they're gonna waste her talent by bringing her up to the main roster, she's gonna hold that belt.
Raquel Gonzalez is going to get involved in the match and cost Io the match.
You might be right. But,
That's what I think will probably happen, especially since they just had Raquel return yesterday.
see, I would think much more likely is her accidentally getting Dakota Kai DQ'd, and then like Dakota Kai, pie faces her, and they split them up.
I'm always torn because WWE booking always knows that if one person gets the upper hand on the go home show, the other person wins,
Yep.
and that is
Yeah.
like
Pat, Drew makes a good point in the comments that Scarlett Bordeaux is the only smoke show.
Scarlett
that is her
Bordeaux.
nickname.
Scarlett Bordeaux,
Yeah.
Bordeaux is a witch, and as I can tell you from experience, witches are not good dates.
That's a story for another podcast. Let's all collectively sigh and be sad. It's Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee. As we learned from Triple H's recent conference call, Pat McAfee is not just stopping for a cup of coffee. He's here for the long haul.
That makes it worse.
It does make it worse because now you definitely know he's winning.
Yeah, I didn't get the chance to watch NXT, and I haven't gotten the chance to look at any clips from it. I heard it was Undisputed Era was in the ring, and then Pat McAfee came down and started running Cole, and then a bunch of NFL guys got in the ring with McAfee.
It's like security guards, not really NFL guys.
Okay,
Still
kind of stupid.
no matter the program, AEW, WWE, Ring of Honor. I mean, literally any indie program. I don't care who it is. Please, no non-wrestlers beating wrestlers, please.
I agree.
If you want to like Ronda Rousey and all or her first go around, like if you want to bring them in and a tag match and have them do something like that, where they're not getting the win or at least where somebody else beats up your star or something like that. But can we not have?
But there's a
beating
there's a big difference between a Ronda Rousey, who at one time was legitimately the baddest woman on the planet.
Well, yeah, you're right. I guess that's
and
not a good analogy.
coming from a combat sport to pro wrestling
Yeah.
versus Pat McAfee, who continues to be like, oh, I was the best player of my position in the NFL for a decade.
I
but
know.
you were a punter, and as every coach will tell you, kickers and punters are not football players. That's why that's why they have the title specialist.
I just
not
hate
football players.
I just hate this whole thing because it's all the same thing. It's all the same vignettes. Well, yeah, but you guys don't understand. They've been working really hard, and then they cut to the ring where they're taking bumps and this, that, and other. Like
he's a big
like-
dude, and all
It-
that.
it doesn't matter whether they can wrestle or not. I'm not arguing that. I just don't like
I'm
the
gonna
like what.
interject in this because this needs to
like-
be said. I don't care if you're training to be a wrestler. Stop showing taking bumps as a sign of training.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Well,
it's ridiculous.
If we're gonna keep and look, I get it. Kayfabe's dead, but
Yeah.
Man, show him practicing that moonsault that he did. Show him running the ropes. Show him power bombing somebody, kicking somebody.
Mhm.
Don't
I'm
show him
tired.
doing the fucking.
Yeah,
It's-
no, Matt, I agree with you. It's very much like I don't want to see you taking a clothesline 50 times a promo because it's like, look at me training. Like,
No, no,
let's.
like it's the typical like here's a shot of the performance center. I'm gonna do a front flip bump, so I'm gonna dive forward and land on my back, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna just drop to my back.
Uh-huh.
I get it. That's a part of actual wrestling training, but like you're pulling the curtain back just a little too much for me.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and this goes across the board. Even what's the guy? Who the Green Arrow? Like even his
Stephen
stuff.
Amell.
Stephen
Yeah.
Amell, yeah.
Like his stuff was fine, and I'm not arguing that. Again, I just don't like and like I said, this has been through the years. I don't like regular people beating up full-time wrestlers.
You know, what was the big part of that? Stephen Amell lost to Christopher Daniels, like he should have.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've already spent too much time on this because we all know Adam Cole's going to lose. And look, the silver lining here is if Cole is not going over, it means the rumors about his contract up in August are probably true, and this is probably his last show for for NXT, excuse me, and we will have him where we want, which is anywhere else but WWE. Probably AEW, but let's face it, even if he went back to Ring of Honor, how pumped would we be for a Ring of Honor return for him?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rejoice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think our comments hit this on the head in the fewest words possible. He's not a wrestler. He's a mouthpiece. Put him on the mic, put him with somebody, give him a Paul Heyman-esque role, and let him go from there.
Yeah.
All right. So up next, we have our ladder match for the vacant NXT North American title. Bronson Reed versus Damian Priest versus Cameron Grimes versus Johnny Gargano versus Velveteen Dream. Who is winning the vacant North American title?
DREAM, kid. No,
Can I hedge my bets?
No. I'm kidding. I have Cameron Grimes, because I think Priest is going to kind of be treated like Apollo Crews. Maybe he'll be part of Retribution. Maybe he'll just get called up, but I don't think he's long for NXT. So a guy like Cameron Grimes maybe could carry that belt. They could elevate him to the upper card because I don't think he's going anywhere for a while.
Pat, I love that you said Grimes and how Damian Priest isn't getting anything on it. Because for me, I'm going to hedge my bets here, and it's either going to be Damian Priest or Bronson Reed.
You can only pick one, dog. Got to pick one.
I have a bad feeling that it's going to be Priest, but I want it to be Reed.
And Priest is the best guy in this match. That's
yeah. If I could jump in, yeah, I think Priest is. Dare I say it? They've actually booked him correctly. I mean, not correctly, but I mean, he's lost, but I mean, he hasn't
Every
done
major match he's really been in prior to this tournament.
No, yes, but I mean, they've still kind of been booking him somewhat as like this is a big guy and he's a badass to some extent. You know what I mean? So I think that's the guy that they're gonna put the belt on.
I said this to Pat earlier. I am sticking with it. That NXT North American title has got to be spelled THICC. The thick boy Bronson Reed's winning it.
I'd be fine with that. I'd be
I
fine
love
with that.
Bronson Reed. So I'm gonna
honestly, anybody but Dream and Gargano winning is a positive, I think.
Yes.
Any one of those guys being elevated would be great.
Yeah.
Gargano doesn't need it right now. He
I
chases
actually-
better.
Gargano, maybe this is a hot take. Gargano needs to go away for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, he needs a couple months off, and he needs to come back and save somebody as a babyface, and all be forgotten about this horrible heel turn.
Yeah.
I actually want Dream to win because I want this whole thing to melt down to nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I would love for him to win just so the internet can melt down and WWE will, I don't know, can have pitchforks
Was it
You
our
know it's gonna be Tiki Torches in Charlottesville.
was it Discord? Was it the Discord or was it our group chat where they had the Wikipedia with Dream where it was like he's wrestling in NXT under uh R. Kelly Jr.
But okay, but listen, I'll say this. I mean, no, what he's accused of is terrible. But like, I mean, is that worse than what Marty did? I don't think so.
Let's not get into that. But
I
let's not get
would love
into
to
that
talk.
here.
I would love to talk about this off screen
Okay.
as I, to be honest with you, have totally avoided a lot of the news on this and really don't know.
That
Okay.
might be a conversation that we have at the house over a beer.
Well, no, guys, you guys
You
are thinking about it
too.
wrong.
You-
It'll be on PWO Underground.
Main event time. It is Keith Lee defending the NXT title versus Karrion Kross. Who y'all got?
Wizard.
There is somebody who can set a piece of paper on fire from a distance,
The Wizard.
and he shall be
Warlock.
winning.
You're a wizard, Kross.
So I don't think he's a wizard, Pat, because wizards you need formal training to be.
Uh-oh.
Warlocks just need
You
the.
missed that first 30 pages of that Harry Potter book.
I don't think that wizardry is compounded to just the world of Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'm talking like D&D wizard versus warlock.
I'm gonna fight you, Ben. By the end of the night, we're gonna fight downstairs in the living room.
And you guys can watch it on our Patreon, which will be established, I guess, before this fight happens.
Yes, and it will be underground. They'll both have no shirts on and black jeans.
Black jeans, always black
Awesome.
jeans.
Can
do
we get a
white-
ring without any ring posts and ropes? And will Shane McMahon be there to officiate it?
The best in the world's gonna be taking over Raw, so it's
We,
not
we,
gonna
we won't need that kind of time.
Well,
This is
what's the
gonna
rule
be
about
quick.
me grabbing Pat by the crotch and then
I'm
marching him
gonna
around
go.
the ring?
a different pick here.
All right, Velveteen Dream. Let's calm down.
No, that happened on Underground like 2 weeks ago.
Guys, we're running out of time. We still got SummerSlam to talk about.
Oh God.
Do we?
Keith Lee here. I kind of feel like he needs to win, or otherwise, like, what was the point of putting the strap on him here, other than to
Black Lives Mattering, and Vince is done with it. So
here's the thing: if he's losing the belt, he has to be on the main roster immediately.
yeah, I mean,
don't know.
that'll probably happen. He'll be a part of the Hurt Locker.
I think they're gonna.
Also, for the record, I know that's not their name, but he'll be a
I
part
think
of the
they're
Hurt
gonna-
Locker.
I think they're gonna botch this. Well, not botch it. I don't know. I think they're gonna go Keith Lee too, which would totally just crap on.
Nope.
Oh
No possible way.
no! Someone just made a really good point. Ciampa comes back and causes a DQ.
Who
No,
does that
yeah.
DQ cause to win, though?
It
Oh,
doesn't
Lee.
matter who wins.
I
How does
mean, he would attack Cross, I would think.
Yeah.
But also, then just being devil's advocate here, who is gonna wrestle Keith Lee for the title when Cross is wrestling Ciampa?
Do
Knows.
let me just go ahead. and
Johnny Gargano!
Gargano!
Hooray!
Come on,
Ugh.
man. The Poison Pixie got her issues with Mia Yim.
God, she sucks. So
Gonna be a family matter, family feud. Let's
Guys.
talk SummerSlam.
Look,
We're missing the obvious answer.
Time.
Mia Yim is going to take the belt off of EO, and then
Yeah.
it's going to be a belt for belt match between Mia Yim and Keith Lee versus the Garganos.
fall and pray.
All right, we got 15 minutes left. We got to talk about SummerSlam here.
Lightning round.
Thunderdome. We're entering the Thunderdome, which will get its first real look on TV tomorrow. But honestly, looking at the testing, it does kind of look cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Is anybody going to try and get onto the Thunderdome tomorrow?
Can't.
Oh, we can't.
No, that thing is full. It's been registered like completely full now since it came out on Monday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, people flung to that. And apparently, the word is that everyone's feeling really re-energized from being outside of the
Performance Center.
They're gonna pretend like all this crap. You know,
No, I don't think it's gonna pretend that, but I think a lot of people are feeling like maybe there's some sense of normality, some sense. Hey, we're going to a different venue. We're gonna actually be able to have pyro. They're gonna do all this stuff. It's gonna be production. It's not just gonna be here. Short ramp, everything.
House show.
Yeah. So that is the word, is that everyone is very, very excited about that, which I think they should be. It's different, and they haven't had the chance to do that. So let's go ahead and talk SummerSlam because we have a number of matches to kind of go over here. And they may end up adding a match or two tomorrow night. I have a feeling that Retribution might interrupt an Intercontinental title match that's going to get moved over. So we'll probably get AJ versus Jeff Hardy here at SummerSlam.
Who cares?
Well, that's tomorrow.
Why is Jeff Hardy?
Because he's famous, and who cares? It's Jeff Hardy.
Who cares?
People love Jeff Hardy. I'll never understand. It's not me. Never catch me doing that. Up first, we got Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville in a hair versus hair match.
Nobody cares.
Mandy Rose.
I do think Mandy Rose. I think Sonya Deville will be the one who'd become full.
Sonya Deville's character could pull off being G.I. Jane.
Yeah. Which is why exactly, Pat, they're not going to do that.
See,
They also just made a T-shirt for Mandy Rose's new haircut, so now she's God's greatest soccer mom.
Then there you go.
Now,
I hate
Y2AJ,
WWE.
but Y2AJ did happen where they.
But I was thinking maybe she cut her hair short to have it for a little bit because she knows it's coming off. I don't know.
They only cut the extensions, though, from my understanding.
Oh well, I don't know. And there you go.
WWE sucks.
Let's go ahead and get our women's titles out of the way. Bayley is going to defend the SmackDown Women's title versus Asuka.
A², Asuka both.
And Sasha Banks is going to defend the Raw Women's title against Asuka.
So, okay, look on the bright side here. So even if say Asuka wins both of them, like that's still stupid to me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like if you just it's still dumb.
Yeah.
Like, oh, congratulations until, like poor Asuka's like the halfway champ. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're always, we'll just
wait till she gets the 4 belts next week.
She's going to lose both of these tonight and she will win all 4 next week.
At Payback?
Yep.
They're not going to put her in 3 matches.
Yeah, that's way too much over.
No, it's gonna be a all belts on the line handicap match.
But she doesn't bring anything to the table.
No.
For that.
No way.
Yeah. Now I could see it if she holds both belts. She does. You guys want to win your women's title backs?
Yes, that's the only way. That's the only way they do that is if she wins both belts, and
You guys are missing the obvious answer here. Bayley interferes for Sasha to win. Sasha interferes for Bayley to win. Asuka comes out on Monday, says, "You guys cheated. Let's do a handicap match for all the belts."
They've been doing that for 3 months. They're not going to do that.
I'm about to say.
No, the issue with that is they have no reason to put the tag titles there on that.
Yeah, there's no.
They would sooner probably do a triple threat match for both titles.
The point is Asuka's going to win both of these belts.
Can we just stop talking about it, please?
Yeah, that's why I kept saying Asuka.
Put a drill in my head.
A little bit worse. Dominique Mysterio is facing Seth Rollins in a street fight.
Dominic.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on.
Don't be surprised if he's renamed Prince Mysterio and they give him a match after the match.
How pissed off would you be if you're in NXT and you're a legit wrestler and Rey Mysterio's
Santos Escobar
and Rey Mysterio's stepson is getting freaking the Golden Boy ticket, and he's all sloppy body like that, and gonna do the same moveset that Rey Mysterio did, but not nearly as effectively.
Well, when
and be a foot taller.
Yeah,
when but last name is Mysterio.
But
And I repeat again, please with the non-wrestlers going over. No, with the non-wrestlers going over wrestlers, please.
No, he's here to stay, dude. He's going to be a main roster guy.
Don't be surprised. I
This
think
is-
Samoa Joe interferes, and this is how we end up getting Raw.
Also for the
Yeah.
record,
Well, okay. So
for the record, his last name is Gutierrez.
it's funny you should say that, Matt, because Samoa Joe sure did watch him get the snot beat out of him the other day and didn't do anything at all. That's That's continuity for you.
Yeah, but they still teased Joe and Rollins.
Well,
and-
but no. I think the big thing was that Joe was like, "Hey, don't come at us at the commentary table because I'll put you down." So I think that was the big part there.
The point is, WWE's booking is stupid, and let's move on.
Something I didn't know is Dominic was trained by Jay Lethal, Conan, Lance Storm, and Ray.
Yeah, he's actually been trained for a couple years now, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Apollo
But-
Crews versus MVP for the U.S. title, and the rest of the Hurt Business are banned from ringside.
This is going to be. I changed my answer to this after we talked about all this. It is going to be MVP because Keith Lee is going to join the Hurt Locker and help MVP win the title after losing his title the night before.
I mean, everybody else is putting black people together. I don't. Why not?
Yeah.
Because their lives matter. They got to be together to protect them.
So
That's,
Yeah, I guess.
that's what Vince thinks.
I'm gonna be honest. I do think a stable of Keith Lee, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP just screams killing everybody, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
At the same
it's gonna be
time-
super awesome when they get renamed Black Lives Matter and Vince has them throwing bricks through the Thunderdome.
Yeah,
Now-
or
Yeah, when
Guys,
they're- when-
Retribution is going to end up being the Hurt Business.
What?
oh.
the Hurt Locker.
So
You guys heard what I said. Retribution is the Hurt Business.
so
Okay.
Spoiler.
Have
Ooh,
you guys seen them in the same room? Because I haven't.
yes, I have. But I don't think you're gonna put Keith Lee and Bobby Lashley in the same group unless the plan is to have Keith Lee put down Bobby Lashley.
Nah, man. Bobby Lashley's gonna put down MVP. It's gonna be a Rock Farouk thing,
Ugh.
and Keith Lee will be Mark Henry, subjugated to sexual chocolate for the next 10 years.
Street
That's
Profits
your jacket.
versus Andrade and Angel Garza for the Raw Tag titles. We did learn that Zelina Vega did poison Montez Ford 3 weeks ago. And we had Ford beat Andrade this week on Raw.
Team Poison.
Team Poison.
Yeah, I agree with that. Team Poison.
You go over on the go home show, you're gonna lose at the pay-per-view.
Yep.
The Monster, Braun Strowman versus the Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
Oh my God.
If I can ask you guys a question, I saw him getting slapped by Bliss the other day. What's up with that?
So,
Who
you on the
knows?
show, we talked about Bray Wyatt.
I know they had a. I mean, I know they were
Pull
saying
up
like
the list.
maybe like Sister Abigail, and they had like a little thing for a little bit. Like, is that what they're doing?
So-
The Swamp
so-
changed Braun Strowman, so now he's the Monster. He's now
So-
the evilest son of a bitch, as he put it, which is why he shaved his head.
He shouldn't
And now
talk.
he
He
talks
shouldn't
like this.
talk.
And all
So-
of his videos are like this, and we're gonna talk like this in our promos.
Can I break
So-
some news on the podcast?
Hold on, Pat. Hold on, Pat. So he's heel now, and the Fiend is face.
It's a double heel.
Oh, okay.
So you would think. Yeah,
Can-
Pat, go ahead.
Okay, so this is not wrestling related, but this just broke, and being that we're in the DMV, I feel like this is
Appropriate.
appropriate for our listeners.
Get my text.
Ron Rivera announced to the former Washington Redskins team tonight that he has been diagnosed with cancer.
Damn.
So
Yeah.
head coach of Washington.
So
That's
Watson
that's
Bears.
big.
I know the ESPN article says that he put out there that it's very treatable and curable, but
That's good.
cancer's not something you mess around with. So
Yeah, man. Ron Rivera, one of the classiest dudes in the NFL. So
Absolutely.
that like took me for a loop seeing that just now. Sorry about that.
no, it's okay. Like I said, we're thoughts and prayers out towards him and his family. Hopefully it's just as he said, treatable, curable, and it's gotta be better.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I hate going from that, but we got one more. Well, I guess we got to finish explaining.
Braun's going over, right?
So, Alexa Bliss was trying to get Braun Strowman to snap out of being the monster.
Okay. Now I got it.
Because everybody remembers when they were a tag team on that Facebook only tag team
Intergender
wrestling tournament.
mixed match challenge.
I did, unfortunately. Good Lord.
Which, remember, guys, gave us R-Truth and Carmella.
My
That was
Lord.
the beginning of that, yeah.
That's like the only thing that
So-
came out of that.
Braun Strowman, Fiend, who y'all got?
It's got to be Strowman, I guess. I don't know. This storyline sucks, and it had potential, but it's really bad. It should have been over in the swamp. And now we have dumb Braun Strowman, and
I'm gonna go Strowman. I mean, they've already they couldn't have booked the Fiend literally any worse than what they've done. So yeah, Strowman.
This whole thing's stupid.
Yeah.
Strowman.
I think I'm actually going Fiend here. I
Okay.
think with Thunderdome coming back, don't be surprised if maybe with increase in safety protocol, we're gonna get Roman Reigns back. Roman Reigns is gonna take the belt off Fiend.
No, you take him off the heel monster.
Well, the Fiend is also a
Yeah, but Braun's a bigger one.
but we've already done Braun versus.
We've already done. We've already done Bray
You done-
Wyatt.
yeah,
But we
yeah,
haven't done the Fiend.
Roman's
There's-
killed everybody.
You're splitting hairs there.
It doesn't matter. None of this.
and-
We've never done Roman versus Monster Braun.
I don't believe in a monster Braun. I
don't-
think it's a lot like North Dakota and that rock that was the Loch Ness monster.
That was proven to be a fish, guys.
So
Look,
last match.
you were the one the whole time that
card.
said it was a rock.
Last match on
And
the
I
card, we
have
only
accepted
lost
that it
Drew
is not a
McIntyre.
rock anymore.
So last match on the card, Drew McIntyre defending the WWE title versus Randy Orton. Who y'all got?
Isn't Matt Riddle wrestling on SummerSlam?
No.
Nope.
Oh, good.
That could be added tomorrow though. Hopefully not.
Okay, so this is what I got.
Bro.
Matt, I know this is off the cuff, but you mind hit me with your world famous song
I'm
that
getting
Pat
off.
that Pat hates?
Randall Keith. Randall Keith. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da.
Scat daddy.
Let me
This
go
is
ahead and
the
tell you
second
why.
time we have made Pat leave something this week.
Let me go ahead and tell you why Drew McIntyre is going to end up retaining the title at SummerSlam. Because I think Edge is going to interfere in the match. That's all I got. That's all it is.
I think Orton's gonna go over.
I didn't think you could say something so stupid that you would bring me back. He is a torn rotator cuff. He is not going to interfere in this match.
It'll be like the music plays or like a video up on the Titantron. Maybe
Yeah.
he's going to hack. We're going to SmackDown hacker. He's going to
Pat.
hack Thunderdome.
Randy Orton. Because,
Yeah,
because
I think Orton-
we can't have nice things, and Randy is still on another title run from the Brock Ness monster.
I think
bringing the elbows down on him at a SummerSlam.
I think Orton's gonna win with some tomfoolery. I think Flair might come back and cost Drew, or I don't know. I think it's gonna be some
Getting
tomfoolery.
Or Sean,
Oh,
he was-
Sean.
because he was clearly okay since he no sold that punt.
Or Sean.
So,
Should
real quick,
Yes.
guys, we are in our last minute. What are you most excited for this weekend? Go.
the pork that Dwight is supposed to be preparing.
Ben.
I'm not really going to be watching anything because of work.
Jeff.
Probably this Cody and Brody. Ooh,
Oh,
Hello.
Also, to sneak it in here, Retribution is going to be Dijak, Killian Dane, Nikki Cross with their leader Finn Balor.
ooh.
Boom. You heard it here. And they'll all be wrestling at Payback next Sunday because we're going to have 3 weekends of pay-per-views. SummerSlam, next week Payback. We coming back the next weekend for All Out.
Also, that's the only way Randy Orton doesn't win the title is that goes to a no contest due to Retribution, and then they rematch at Payback, and Randy wins.
So, and with that, that's time. So, from everyone from PWO, we hope you have a great weekend. Hit us up with what you think is going to be the best thing from this weekend.
We
Like,
do
share,
officially restart
subscribe.
60-minute draw time limit.
Like, share, subscribe, follow us on YouTube. If you didn't get to see all this one, catch it on Facebook or go to the YouTube channel. Both are great. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.
Referee's discretion.
Put it 10, work our way back.
Bye.
Maybe. It's possible. I mean, it could happen. I don't really know if we're off the air.
Let's play it. Let's play it safe then.
I don't think we're actually off the air. Yeah. We'll see you all on Monday. Bye, everybody.
Referee's discretion.
Put it 10, work your way back.
Best outro.